Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be showing you how I create a sign using just a scrap piece of wood. Now um, you could use something from the Dollar Tree or any dollar store that you have in your area that would have like a wooden cutting board or something like that. So our Dollar Tree just didn't have the wooden cutting boards, and I had this piece of scrap wood around, and I thought this was the perfect size and shape for what I needed, so that's what I was using. I'm covering it here, as you can see, in the Annie Sloan Dark Wax, and I'm just using a rag to apply the wax, and it's just to get a little bit of a stain on the wood. Two reasons for this: I didn't have the time to have the stain dry. Just because it takes such a long time for it to dry, and because I was looking for a cutting board, I thought I wouldn't need to stain it, so I just ran out of time. And second of all, I don't like the stickiness of the stain. I know that eventually, like after a long time, it goes away, but I'm liking this stain look lately with the wax. I just think it just gives a more natural look than a stain does. I don't know why, but that's just the way I feel. So I'm also using some nails from the Dollar Tree, as well as, well, just my own hammer and some rope. So what I'm doing is, what you didn't see me do is I drew my pattern in pencil on the board, so you can see it a little bit there. And then I am just nailing nails onto the board to follow that pattern. So what I'm doing is the string art. So I'm using the string to create art. These nails are perfect from the Dollar Tree because they're small, they're not too thick, so they're super easy to hammer in, and they're not too long. There are some longer nails in the pack, but these ones aren't too long. You'll see that I run out of the shorter ones, so I'm using, sorry, I run out, yeah, I run out of the shorter ones, so I'm using a little bit longer ones, but you can see that in the video. And then you just want to hammer them in, following the pattern. Be mindful of how the string will go. So there's two ways you could do this. I mean, you could do this anyway. I'm sure people do it differently, but the way I do it, either I'll link the video above, but I've done stocking hangers where I did like one nail, I put the string around it, did the next nail, put the string around it, did the next nail, put the string around it. So you could do it that way, or you could do it where you just put the nails in and then follow the pattern. I found this pattern to be fairly easy. So I'm doing a sunflower, so fairly easy. So I just used this method. Now this video is a part of a challenge. This challenge is hosted by actually Ali DIY. Ali from Actually Ali DIY is amazing, so check out her channel. I'll have her channel link in my description. She's co-hosting with Brittany Allen Crafts, so Brittany from Brittany Allen Crafts, who is also amazing. They're super cool, creative ladies. Make sure you check them out. I'll have both of their links in the description below. So the challenge was to create a Dollar Tree DIY using a sunflower. So you could have it any way you wanted. It was Dollar Tree or dollar store if you don't have a dollar store in your area. To get all the things that you could get, and then what can't be bought at a dollar store, like the wax or something like that, it was okay to use somewhere else, from somewhere else. So that's what I'm doing here, and I am Vesna. So if you haven't checked out my channel, I do DIYs, crafts, trash treasures, thrift flips, lots of farmhouse, shabby chic type of stuff. I love painting furniture and basically making things that are old, new, but looking old, I guess, if that makes sense. Anyway, check out my channel if that's the kind of stuff you like, and make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to get videos when I post them. So once you do the outline of your design, then you want to go ahead and go on the inside. For example, of the sunflower seed, the circle part, or half circle in my case, you want to put in just enough nails so you could wrap the rope around them and fill it in so it looks like the design that you're looking for. So I know right now when you're looking at it, it doesn't look like much. You can't see the pencil marks all that well, which is fine. That's what I wanted. So I didn't do it darker. But if you were to look up a little bit closer, you can see that it's kind of following a design. So you want to use a thin rope like this one. Again, this is just from the Dollar Tree. And then for the first nail, you want to just tie a knot around the nail, and then you can cut off the excess after or immediately. And then you just start following the pattern. Now, this is what I do. Like I said, some people might do it differently, but this is what works for me. I go ahead and I loop each nail around once, and then I go to the next one, I go to the next one. So what I'm doing first, I'm doing half of the sunflower. So the circle part I'm doing in the corner, so you'll see what I mean. And you can see in my thumbnail what it turned out like. And then I'm going ahead and just filling in that sun part, as you can see. And there's no pattern that I'm doing with this. I'm just making sure that I keep that half circle shape and that I'm filling in as much as I can with the rope. And then the last one I just cut off and I tie it up again, and I cut off the excess. I'm doing tying it into the same nail as I did when I started. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other parts of the sunflower. So I'm going to, once I finished wrapping the rope around, I'm going to go ahead and paint it in. You could use different colored rope if you can find some. I just couldn't find any at this time. Usually my luck is when I need stuff I can't find it. But I wanted to get the yellow part of the sunflower to be, I had this bright yellow and I wanted it to be a little bit muted, so I added some orange into it and I mixed it up. And then it was too orange, so I added a little bit of green to get more of a yellow color, but it just turned out very green. So you'll see what I do after. But then this dark part, I mixed espresso and black acrylic paint to get not quite a black color, but kind of a darker brownish black color. And I'm just dabbing it on, being careful not to put too much so that you don't get it to drip underneath, because you don't want globs of it under. So just dab it on. I'm using a Dollar Tree brush, super simple. And then I'll add more yellow paint that's a little bit more muted onto the yellow part. So you can see I'm adding more on there. There's the yellow coming on. It looks a little bit green in here, but it is yellow. You'll see what I mean. Once I got the shades that I wanted, I finished my design. Now, I contemplated writing something on the board, but I'm just not sure what I want to write on it and where in my house I'm going to be displaying it. So it all really depends on, if I'm going to be using in a tiered tray, then you can't see the writing, so I might not have it on there. So I haven't decided yet where I'll use it. That's why I didn't write anything on there. But I mean, you could put something like "let it shine." I mean, any kind of positive words that you want to put on there, you could put on there. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I think it's got all the colors that I wanted it to have. If you liked what you see, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know what you would write in the comments below, or let me know what you would write, what kind of saying you'd write in there if you were to add a saying. Check out the playlist, check out the two co-hosts, and check out the channels that I recommended for you at the end. Thanks for stopping by. Have an excellent day and stay safe.